to know that that's what I didn't like, to know that this is a community. Everybody here is a family. You know, we're supposed to love and accept and not judge. And it's just common sense.
A customer denied the request, a photo of a drag queen on a cake. She's hoping the experience brings education for the company and the community.
Definitely brought back a lot of memories as a kid watching the snowbirds fly over.
The Snowbirds are in Windsor for a show in Michigan, a welcome return home for one pilot, and he shares his favorite part of flying above his hometown tonight. A beautiful ship from earlier today crossing on the hot and humid Friday on the Detroit River there. Nick Sirkovich joins us tonight for a live look at the weather. I'm Chris Hensing. Thanks for watching. Day one of Phase 1, excitement across the city and the county. Businesses reopening, and that means folks can finally soak up some patio fun. The CBC's Katerina Georgieva had the tough assignment today of going out and seeing people smiling, having a lot of joy there. You're on Erie Street, Kat. What's the vibe like?
Chris, the vibe here and throughout the city has been one of pure joy. It's been a beautiful day. The sun has been shining, a lot of warmth, the perfect day to hit up a patio. And as you can see behind me, plenty of folks are doing just that. Business owners are happy to have their customers back. Customers are happy to be out once again. And Chris, this is our third time reopening, but this one feels a little bit different, especially with shots in arms.
We're just glad to be out and about. Yeah.
I'm doing good, and it's way past due. This is an excellent place. We used to come here all the time, and I really missed it. It's nice to be back.
It seems like it's going really well. There's good vibes all around, so it's been great so far. We're happy to see everybody again.
How are you guys feeling today?
Oh, great. It's a beautiful morning or afternoon or midday, and we're back out in the outside.
Yeah, how about you?
Ditto.
Just to get out and just to be around people again. You know what I mean? And I mean, we feel safe again, thank goodness, because of people getting their shots and everything.
I'm absolutely thrilled. I love eating outside and I love eating here.
Oh, I feel great too, because you're locked inside. You feel like you're locked inside, you know, even though you are in the backyard or walking the neighborhood, but it's nice to be able to see people.
Today, I wish that everybody comes out and start again the life that we used to do before and restart stronger than before and better than before.
And my message would be just be patient with everybody working in this industry right now. You know, we haven't done this in a couple of months, so we're still pretty rusty on it, but you know, we'll adjust to it. We'll just get back to our old ways and how it used to be, so yeah.
Patience from people returning back, a big ask there I've heard as well. But this isn't a celebration for many. Not everyone gets to enjoy opening their doors again.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. So with this first phase, some of the key changes that are happening, the first one is outdoor gatherings are allowed up to 10 people. Outdoor dining is allowed up to 4 people at a table, and non-essential retail will be open once again with limited capacity, but not all businesses get to enjoy this moment. For example, hair salons, haircuts, still not allowed to do that. Same with any kind of personal care services like getting your eyebrows waxed, for example. You still have to wait for that. And while you can enjoy an outdoor fitness class of up to 10 people, indoor gym facilities, those are still out of bounds for now. So definitely this is a moment of overwhelming relief and hope for a lot of people, but we need to remember it is still just that first phase and not everybody is in the same boat just yet. Chris.
Thanks, Kat. CBC's Katerina Georgieva live from Erie Street tonight. The Windsor Essex Health Unit reporting 13 new cases of COVID-19 this morning. There are 131 active cases. Of those, about half are variants of concern. 260,000 plus people have had at least one dose. It accounts for more than 60% of the total population. About 15% are now fully vaccinated. Some local pharmacies are bucking health unit rules when it comes to who can get a second dose of COVID-19's vaccine. Right now, the health unit says anyone who wants to get a second dose of Pfizer or Moderna needs to be 70 or older, and those that got their shots on or before April 18th. That falls in line with the eligibility requirements that are put forward by the province, but some are offering a second shot of Moderna to anyone who got a shot at least 28 days ago.
We had some supply recently that was going to be expiring before the 30 days was going to be up. So we started doing second shots for Moderna patients that had their vaccine at least 28 days prior. We have received more Moderna, and we'll be following the same guidelines of redoing the second doses for anyone 28 days past their first.
I'm not going to sit and have several $1,000s of vaccine when people need a second shot to throw it in the garbage just so I can follow a bureaucratic rule. We're doing the best we can, but you have to be professional at the end of the day. And the point is everybody needs 2 shots. If I have a shot right now and it's going to go bad and somebody wants to get it, I'm going to put it into an arm because that is the best thing for society at this point.
Border Services officers who work for the Canada Border Services Agency will be taking a strike vote next week. The officers and support staff have been without a contract for 3 years, and they're concerned about the border reopening. They say that the government hasn't done anything to get them vaccinated, and many haven't even had a first dose.
It might also entail rotating strikes across the country at different ports of entry. It may entail job actions, slowdowns and the sort that we can do under a legal strike mandate.
The strike wouldn't shut the border down completely, but it would mean problems for a potential reopening. Management would have to perform many of the duties that could cause significant delays, especially for commercial traffic. The local business and industrial community, they're concerned too. The Canadian, Ontario, and local chambers of commerce will be getting together to push for a settlement.
The business community doesn't want to see a strike, especially at this time. So we will be urging both sides to sit down and negotiate and do whatever it takes, to avoid a strike.
When you export 90% to the United States, that means that the border is critical. And any disruption to those goods coming across the border, especially when it comes to parts and automotive, is going to have a huge disruption to the supply chain.
Now, it will take all month to collect the votes from across the country before the union knows if they have a strike mandate. The Customs and Immigration Union represents 500 frontline and support staff here in Windsor. They're seeking improvements in wages, pensions, and job safety. Talks with the Treasury Board broke down in December. No new talks scheduled. CBC has reached out to the CBSA for a comment, but so far they have not responded. A Windsor woman's sweet idea for a custom cake has left her feeling sour. The store denied her request because she wanted to put the image of a drag queen on the cake. The CBC's Sanjay Maru explains.
Just because a man dresses like a woman doesn't make them any different. These are humans. These are someone's babies.
When Brittany LaRue called up T-Bear's Creamery for a custom dessert, she had high hopes for an ice cream cake for her partner, his first birthday as a new dad.
So I wanted to kind of try to make it special.
And for a special birthday, a special cake, one that dons the image of his favorite star from the TV show Canada's Drag Race. But the response she got from the store's owner wasn't what she expected.
Started to kind of compare drag queens to pedophiles. I was like, these are human beings. These are not criminals.
The store denied her custom cake request, and LaRue shared her experience on social media. Today, CBC News heard from the store's owner, who says he's issued an apology to some upset customers. He would not, however, provide CBC with a copy of that apology.
I got so many emails last night from the community that I'm not sure who the original person was because it was on the phone, so I don't really know who they were. But we've already covered that off, and we've moved on. We just dealt with it, and we're good.
Shut your mouth and make the cake. Please someone. It's a service that you are providing, and you are turning away a customer because of your own beliefs, and that is wrong.
Ingram, who spent 2 years as a drag queen in Windsor, says he saw the incident shared on social media yesterday, leaving him flabbergasted. He says while it's fine for some businesses to operate how they choose, there is a limit to that.
Although as one individual that contacted and asked about something, now a whole community is stepped on because of your words, and it is not right.
LaRue says she thought long and hard about sharing her experience with the store on social media, but added it was an important step in showing the public that this type of thing can happen here in Windsor. LaRue says she has not received a copy of the apology that the store claims it sent out.
There's a quote from RuPaul, and it's "We're born naked, and the rest is all drag." We're all born naked, and really, it's just clothes.
Sanjay Maru, CBC News, Windsor.
A public funeral service will be held tomorrow for the Abseeld family of London. Police say they were targeted because they're Muslim. CBC's Magda Gaber-Selassie has more.
Snapshots of a life lived well. Madiha Salman raised her family and lifted up her community, all with a smile.
She was just enthusiastic, dynamic, passionate. She brought a whole new perspective to the group.
When she was completing her master's in environmental science, Jason Gerhard was her supervising professor. She was up for anything, he says. Here she is curling. Academically, she made her mark too, advancing technology to clean up the earth.
So she really had a real impact in academia, but also in the real world. And they're applying it now to get these chemicals out of the ground.
She would have completed her PhD, but tragedy struck Sunday. She, her husband, her daughter, and her mother-in-law were all killed in the attack that police say was hate-motivated. Her son Fayez survived. Today, at the mosque, a note and an offer of a teddy bear hug left for the 9-year-old boy. While inside, prayers for the family rang through the air, the imam calling for good to come from this grief.
We want people to remember the pain that we experience because of hate and to replace that hate with love, to replace that pain with healing.
Back at the site where it all began, the message has been received.
It's not over. Make some very conscious, deliberate changes in attitude and actions.
A funeral for the 4 lives lost will be held tomorrow.
Tomorrow, as the funeral procession makes its way through the community, people are being invited to line the streets and pay their respects. Magda Gaber-Selassie, CBC News, London.
And CBC News Radio 1 will be airing a special at 6:30 tonight called Learning from London. We asked people here in Windsor that are part of the Muslim community what the next step is in the healing process for them. Some say love, others say togetherness is the key.
London, Ontario, the tragedy, I feel very bad because we all human. I don't want to hate any people because being human, I don't want hate. Love for all, hatred for none.
As a community, as a people, we have to stay calm and cool. One person hate or wrong-minded action should not be disturbed to any other community member or should not be given to the prejudice to other society. We are unite. Our economy and our country is unite, multicultural. Our politician has to be smarter and make sure the hatred doesn't go further.
That's why I want people move on and don't want hate, don't spare hate. That's it.
Let, as a society, get together, stay together, talk with the people, and who you feel in a stress, help them out. If we could talk it out, they may be not going in a wrong direction. And we all have to work that way to just make our society better.
A lot of things to reflect on after this week, and there's space and time to do it outside. Beautiful weather on the way. Nick Sirkovich is going to break that down for us after the break. Well, this week our show can't seem to stop talking about birds. So a final look to the sky tonight. The snowbirds are in town. Not your aunt and uncle from Florida. The planes that you see doing those incredible formations up in the sky. And part of that team is a Windsorite, excited to fly back home.
My name is Major Bassam Menominee. I'm originally from Windsor, Ontario. I'm now with the Royal Canadian Air Force 431 Squadron Air Demonstration Squadron Snowbirds. I get to see a lot of stuff. I get to see a lot of the guys in the formation, and it's a great place to be, and it's very rewarding.
It sounds like that some of that joy when you were a kid watching it still is part of you while you're up there.
Oh, you bet. And there's times where if we're not so busy and focused, I'll look back and just watch the guys and go, wow, what a view. It's amazing.
What is that like to be part of that crew and see your hometown from above?
It was very special. It definitely brought back a lot of memories as a kid watching the snowbirds fly over, and now being able to do that and fly over Windsor is very special and very humbling.
Is there something from the sky that when you look at it down that is a landmark in Windsor that just, what gets you going?
I would definitely say my high school. I graduated from Vincent Massey Secondary School. I played a lot of sports there, a lot of activities. And then when I fly over, especially when I flew over it the other day, it was really emotional because that was the footprint that started, I would say it started my character, being a team player, being focused in academics, to just be a good person, work hard, and then work hard so the dreams come true. And it started it there. And I'm very, very fortunate that I went to a great high school and they made it happen.
Do you remember what it was like the first time you saw the snowbirds or the first time you went to an air show? Being in Windsor, there's always an opportunity.
Yes, my father took me at a very young age, and I was blown away by the noise and the formations that they were doing. The CFA team, when it was here at the time, I was very lucky as a young kid because when I saw that, I instantly fell in love, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a military pilot from a very young age.
I think there was a strong display of love and support last year after the tragic accident that took place. This year, you are under the Operation Inspiration once more. Why is it so important to carry that name with you?
We've dedicated our whole show season to Captain Jen Casey because she created Op Inspiration when they were carrying that out in 2020. People were stuck in their homes, and we just wanted people to go out in their backyards and just let them know that the military is with them. We're going through this together, and to be able to actually be on an Operation Inspire, is to start that over again, to carry out Captain Casey's legacy of going from town to town, flying over, and just inspiring people to hang in there. We'll get through this very soon.
A pretty inspiring journey that they're on there, Nick. They're here for that show in Michigan, using Windsor as a home base. They'll actually be landing at the airport when our show finishes up tonight. Nick, you've been up in the sky with them before.
I actually did, yeah, years ago. They were doing another sort of a media day, and I got to be one of the lucky folks that actually got up to fly with the snowbirds, which was pretty cool. They didn't do all of their routine or their demonstration with us, probably because they didn't want to make everybody sick on board.
I was going to say, did you keep that lunch bag by your side?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It was really cool. They took us down over Niagara Falls and then back around. And because, as you know, I fly airplanes, the pilot that I was with was really cool. Let me work the radios, and we got to chit chat in there a little bit. So honestly, very cool. Love the team and love watching them every time they come out. And I hope as we move forward, we're going to see more of them as things start to open up again. You know what? They had good weather for it today. We are looking at a few rain showers that are just kind of pushing in across the Michigan area, but by and large, great weather. 30 degrees right now in the Windsor area, 26 down in Chatham-Kent. It's the humidity as well, though. 36 with the Humidex down in Windsor, and you notice most of that humidity down in southwestern Ontario. It is, though, fueling some showers and thunderstorms, especially out toward the Michigan area. You see those kind of starting to push down. And right here, we're starting to pop these guys up as well. So that is going to be a factor for us heading into the evening hours tonight as this pushes across. So tonight, if you got outdoor plans, it looks like we may see a few showers or thunderstorms moving through the region throughout the evening. Then as we head through tomorrow, generally dry. Afternoon showers again, and risk of a thunderstorm there in the Windsor area for tomorrow. This is all with that heat and instability. Heat and humidity there. Same story heading into Sunday morning, but by the afternoon it should stay generally dry for Windsor. So Sunday kind of the better of the days there. Tomorrow, if you're looking to get out after about 4:35 p.m., I think we're going to see some of these showers, maybe thunderstorm in there moving through. Later tonight, it clears up 18 degrees. Again, the evening showers and thunderstorms, though, moving across the region. There's a look for tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms, especially toward the later part of the day. 30 degrees, humidex at 37. Start to lose that humidity as we head through Sunday into Monday, and then pretty nice weather heading into next week. Mainly sunny skies, 25.
Not bad at all. Thanks for this, Nick. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Thanks.
Now, many who are enjoying their weekend like to go outside. I'm one of them, but you gotta keep an eye out for ticks. What to do if you find one on yourself? That's next. The ticks are out in full force this year. Our researcher says the combination of the warm weather and the pandemic has ticks being spotted frequently. CBC Windsor's Jennifer LaGrassa, she even came across one herself.
You see this plastic bag? Inside is a tick, a bug commonly known to carry Lyme disease. When I found it on me earlier this week, I had no idea what to do.
So if you find a tick on yourself, I mean, the first thing people usually do is, crush it and smash it. And that's not what you want to do. You want to basically get a pair of tweezers, pull straight up, And in that way, you will also have preserved the tick, and you can just put it in a jar and save it for if you need it to be analyzed.
And I'm likely not the only one trying to figure out what to do after finding a tick. As Solomons says, more people are spotting them.
I would say it's a combination of that kind of general trend because of global warming and, the trends because we've been inside and are now very eager to be outside.
I actually wasn't in a spot that you would normally get it. Like that day, when I think back on it, I wasn't in any sort of tall grass. I wasn't out in near water or anything like that. Why, is there any sort of explanation, I guess, as to why I would have gotten a tick when I'm not in, say, the usual place that you would find them?
There's also a kind of a conception that, or a belief that ticks live kind of only in the forest and only in the long grass, where, they actually live in some more common areas, like in your yard or whatever. They will also hide amongst your plants, amongst your lawn clippings.
And what we're seeing in recent years is that ones carrying Lyme disease are being found across the region. A map from 2018 estimates Point Pelee was most at risk, but now, 3 years later, most of Windsor, Essex is. Between 2019 and 2020, there were 8 reported cases of Lyme disease in the region. Another way that ticks can get on you is from your pet.
Definitely important to identify, whether that is a tick, whether that's speaking to your vet, whether that's using a telemedicine service and sending a photo, things like that. And then you can be given instructions in terms of how to remove them.
To get these ticks tested for disease, it's no small fee. The health unit doesn't accept ticks for testing, but has some private lab options on their website. From what I saw, the cost can range from $50 to $300, depending on what you want to have it tested for. I don't think the tick bit me, but I'm keeping it around just in case I show any symptoms like a fever, a headache, or a rash. Now, I did submit a picture to etick.ca, and they identified it as an American dog tick. For now, I'm just going to keep up with preventative measures, so doing tick checks, wearing light-colored clothing, and I'm headed out to go get some insect repellent as well. Jennifer LaGrassa, CBC News, Windsor.
Some good advice ahead of the weekend there. Dramatic pictures from South Africa of a close call between man and elephant. That's the moment when an elephant charged at a truck with a man inside. Look at his reaction there. He said he encountered elephants on a path as he was making a delivery in the area, stopped for them to pass. One of the giants decided he was just too close for comfort, charged full steam, crumpling up the hood. Look at the power inside of that animal. The driver, shaken, unharmed, decided to stay put inside the vehicle until help arrived. Once he got back to town, a buddy decided to treat him to a few pints to help him relax a bit. That's it for CBC Windsor News. Don't forget, for news anytime, you can go to our website, cbc.ca/Windsor. We're on social media too, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you're doing anything fun this weekend, tag us. We want to see people out enjoying this nice weather as safely as we can, since we can finally start doing some of the stuff we love again. The Rick Mercer Report is up next. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.